What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is your Randy Brown versus Jack Della Maddalena breakdown. Probably one of the more sneakier good fights on this card. Not the greatest card in the world, because I think obviously the UFC are thinking the main event and the co-main event sells itself, and that's all you really need. And then you got some sneaky good fights. Obviously Jimmy Crute's here, but this fight in particular really caught my eye. You guys know I'm a big Randy Brown fan, and I like Jack Della Maddalena. How do you not like that dude, Maddalena? Good fighter, good standard, kind of like in your face, inside in the pocket kind of boxer in the UFC, I would call him. And he has good fundamentals, man. Honestly, good straight shots, good body shots, and he seems solid on the ground. And he's had some fun fights. Obviously he started fucking his career with a bang with that Contender Series fight with Ang Loose. And I've known Ang Loose for a minute. If you're on the MMA Instagram kind of scene a little bit, you've always seen Ang Loose with either Francis Ngannou or in Sanford MMA or whatever, doing his thing in there. And I mean, Jack Della Maddalena just put it on him and put on a career performance. And Randy Brown has been in the UFC for a long time, and he's always been that guy. But this last stretch that he's been on, I feel like has been his best stretch. And I think this year is going to be the year he really goes into his next level and probably the apex of his career. I think this is his next push. I don't think Randy Brown will ever win a championship, but I do think this guy is a lot better than what he is right now. I think he has top 5 potential. I think that's his max, in my humble opinion, and I think he can make it there. And if he can just utilize his abilities a lot better in the octagon, I think he has it, man. And I love Jack Della Maddalena, I really do, but I do not think he's better than Randy Brown right now. And I'm just gonna keep it that simple, man. Obviously, let's talk about what Jack has accomplished. But before we even talk about what Jack has accomplished, let's obviously talk about the stats. Obviously, Randy Brown comes with a record of 16-4. Is fighting at New York, age 32, a height of 6'3", and a reach of 78. So that's something really big to look at, is the height and the reach advantage, right? Jack Della Maddalena is 13-2. Is fighting at Australia, age 26, a height of 5'11", and a reach of 73. So obviously, Randy will be the taller, bigger guy. Obviously, we all know how Randy likes to fight. He likes to fight behind that jab. He has good head movement. He's always been slick. He has good boxing of his own, and I think this guy's fucking underrated in this fight. And can Randy lose this fight? Yeah, I can see it. I really can see it, but I don't know if Jack can really complete the game plan. There is a game plan to beat Randy Brown, but I don't know if Jack can do it. It's kind of hard to do it. The best guy to really beat Randy Brown is obviously Vicente Luque, and he did it the best way. He systematically broke Randy Brown down and completely destroyed him. But we'll talk about that fight later. But Jack Della Maddalena, he's accomplished some good stuff in the UFC, obviously. Just only being here for this long. But the Ang Loose fight, he looked amazing. The way he transitioned from striking to grappling, he just completely was owning Ang Loose in every position. And it was a good scrap. It was they were going back and forth. It was fun to watch while it lasted. It was not a bad fight to watch. And I enjoyed it for what it was. And I mean, Jack Della Maddalena had a good performance. Then he fights Pete Rodriguez. The jab was a piston. He completely destroyed Pete Rodriguez's face. Then Ramazan Emeev, probably his best win in the UFC, I would say. The body shot, and the way he was able to last in the grappling, which was really surprising. If you go look at some of Jack's older fights, you would know what I'm talking about. But he was able to last with Ramazan Emeev in the grappling, and then he finished him to the body. And then obviously the Danny Roberts fight, that was kind of I saw that one coming a little. He took, I felt like, a decreased level in competition, because even though Danny has a win over Ramazan Emeev, I think Ramazan was the harder fight out of the two. But yeah, it is what it is. And I thought it was a good fight, and he fucking completely owned Danny Roberts and destroyed him. But I mean, we've seen in Jack Della Maddalena's early career when he fought what's his name, Darcy Vendy. He's lost fights before, and in this fight against Darcy Vendy, man, if you go watch that fight, I think it's on YouTube. He just kind of he looked good on the feet, but the guy was long. He put a piston of a jab on him, and he touched him up a little bit. He did bust his nose up a little bit, and then when he got in the clinch and got some takedowns, Jack kind of looked lost in there. And I feel like that's the way you got to beat this kid. You got to take him down. Now, obviously, the counter argument to Randy Brown winning this fight is that Randy doesn't wrestle. So why would that even be a factor for Randy? Well, I disagree. I've seen Randy wrestle before when he needs to. And he's done it before when he really, really needs to. When he feels like he has a legitimate advantage on the ground, he will wrestle. You go look at his Vicente Luque fight. He did wrestle a few times and he did get takedowns. The problem was he didn't wrestle effectively, but he did get takedowns in that fight. And if he's willing to do that, he will do it. And I think that's a path of victory for Randy to look at, real talk. And he might have a big advantage on the ground, and he might just expose Jack on the ground. But we look at what Randy's accomplished, man. The guy's fought some good dudes, man. He has fought some good dudes, real talk. He's fought fucking Bilal Muhammad, Mickey Gall, Nico Price. Yeah, he lost to Nico Price and Bilal, but no shame in that. Beat Brian Barberena, beat Warley Alves. He had that fight with Vicente Luque. And when I talk about this Vicente Luque fight, and this is why I feel like Jack might have a chance against Randy, is you see the way how Luque pressured Randy and used offensive strikes and a lot of feints to beat him. But what really helped Luque in that fight were leg kicks. I don't feel like Jack has that in his arsenal. I feel like one thing Jack could use is body work, and maybe that could lead to headshots, and maybe he could hurt Randy that way, and maybe it could lead to that kind of decision or victory for Jack Della Maddalena. But I don't know if he can do it. But that is something I could see, just over forward pressure on Randy Brown, and he could break Randy Brown through systematic pressure, body work, and obviously headshots at the end. I could see that. But if you look at Randy Brown's last four, Alex Oliveira, Jared Gooden, K.S. Williams, and then Francisco Trinaldo, I feel like his best performance was against Jared Gooden. Or I like the Jared Gooden performance better than the Oliveira fight, even though the Oliveira fight was a finish. And then he had the Chaos Williams fight, my guy Colin Williams. That fight was interesting. It was close, but I mean, Randy had moments where he looked amazing in there, where he was moving his head, slipping and dipping and ripping, and he was attacking Chaos in that second round. It's just he got dropped 2 times, so it does make the decision look bad. It was a close fight, but hey, it is what it is, and I enjoyed it for what it was. And I thought Randy would have a better performance, but he did enough to win. And Colin is a tough fight, I will say. I will admit that. And then the Trinaldo fight, that one was interesting. That one, he didn't look too good in that one. But Trinaldo's a tough guy, man. He's not an easy fight for anybody, but he was able to skate by, and he was able to win this. But against Jack Della Maddalena, though, I think he's getting underrated because of how poorly he did against Trinaldo. He has the longer arms. In my opinion, he has more UFC experience. He has more fight experience in general. He's the older guy. He's been in there. He's a vet of the game. He has, in my humble opinion, the better fight IQ. I think this is Randy Brown's fight to win. I could be wrong here, but I really do believe that. Randy, if he uses the jab really, really well, and out of the two, I would actually say Randy has the boxing advantage. I really do believe Randy's the better technical boxer out of the two. And if Randy uses the jab well, he circles, and he counters effectively, he should be good here. And he does look, and if he looks for takedowns, I think he will be a real legit winner in this fight. I think he could really make a statement here, and because I do see a hole in Maddalena's game. Even though Maddalena has looked better on the ground as of recent, but I do think there is a hole in his grappling, and I think Randy Brown could exploit it. And and Randy's he's just longer, and I'm actually gonna rock with Randy Brown by decision here. That's my pick. I could see Jack going out there and breaking Randy. Do not get that wrong. Randy is chinny, and he can get finished. So that is something to look at. And Maddalena does hit hard, but I'm going to be rocking with Randy Brown here, just with a technical 29-28 decision. Normal Randy Brown stuff, normal rude boy stuff. He's not a butty boy. He's a rude boy. But hey, it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter, like, comment, and share the video. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. I can't wait for UFC 284. I will be streaming on a Sunday, which I'm happy about. But yeah, love y'all. Goodbye. Your boy eBay's out of here.